Recording in progress.
Hey, we are now live and recording. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Positive Living Center. It is now March, if you can believe it. A little snow this morning for some of us. It was about an inch at our house. Wasn't too bad to drive through anything like that. But it's nice to see. I thought maybe we were going to go right in the spring because our flowers and trees are all confused.
Yes.
They're all trying to grow and now they got snow on them. So, you know, God works in strange, strange ways. It is the theme of remembering for this year, and our topic for March is Enlightenment. And I'd like to say good morning. I didn't get a chance to introduce them last time. That was my fault. Ann is here with us today. Raise your hand for me, thank you. And your name is Libby?
Yes.
Libby in the middle. And that's Izzy on the right. Welcome, all three of you. And the gentleman back behind here, do we know you, sir?
My name is Michael. I'm a visitor today. I've not been here before.
Thank you, Michael. Welcome, welcome. Where are you from, Michael?
Fresno, small town south of here.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I've heard of that place. Yeah.
Any other newcomers?
Any other newcomers? No? Okay. Yes.
I'm Camry, and I'm also from Fresno.
Camry from Fresno. Thank you.
Welcome.
Hi, Barney.
Well, welcome all of you. How about on Zoom? LJ, anybody new on Zoom?
I'm not seeing anyone that I recognize as new.
They all look familiar to you? Same suspects?
I think so.
Oh. Got a couple more people coming in. Good morning back there. Yeah, you didn't think I saw you, did you? Good morning, you all. It's good to see you. Well, I'm going to ask our musician today, Cheyenne Hernandez, to come up and play for us a little bit. Yeah, let's give her some love. She's going to play for a little bit for us, and then we'll go into a silent meditation for a couple of minutes to get started today.
Give me strength in this night. We are all related in love. We are all related.
Enlightenment. It's a way of humans to discover and reason about life and how we choose to live through our way of thinking and reasoning with it. We are all here on this planet on purpose. There's a reason for all of us being here. And it is up to us to discover what it is that we are meant to be. Thank you, God, for all things and being connected with us. And so it is. Thank you, Cheyenne. Very nice. We have a spiritual thought for you. I'm going to bring up our practitioner, John LaLonde, for that. Good morning, John.
Good morning. Thank you, Joe. Well, here we are. LJ, if anyone on Zoom looks like they're pointing at their ears or something, feel free to trigger me to talk into the microphone, all right? Here we are, March 2nd, new theme, new topic for the month, Enlightenment. I'm looking forward to this topic, and I will just kind of tell you up front, it's always been somewhat of a mystery to me, and I have also, to be honest, felt somewhat intimidated by that concept. So first of all, let's just talk about the word enlightenment. Obviously, the root of it is light, and the N, the EN, enlightenment, the N is to bring to put into the condition of. That's kind of the secular definition of N. And it's illuminated. We're talking, of course, in a spiritual sense here. So I've long thought I wanted to be enlightened, but always thought it was probably for other people more holy than myself, people who were always on their spiritual path, always aware of divine spirit right now in us as individuals and all collectively all the time. So that wasn't me, and I admired that. I wanted that, but it was kind of out there. It wasn't in me. I remember when I was about 20, I learned transcendental meditation, and it was a big time because the Beatles had learned transcendental meditation and brought it back to popularize it really in the United States in about 1967. I was primarily interested in the stress reduction aspect of it for myself, but I was also very open to all the other things it was thought to bring, such as enlightenment. I was living in East Lansing, Michigan. I was going to Michigan State, and I signed up for the training, which involved a few different group training sessions that talked about the history of meditation, the purpose of it, and some about the practice. And at the conclusion of it, we were all given our mantra. For me, it was a 2-syllable sacred sound that I was to have in my mind as I sat quietly for 20 minutes twice a day. On the first day of meditation, it started off with a supervised meditation. Was the first thing. So we were instructed to bring a nice piece of fruit in a new handkerchief as a gift. And I got there, and I was directed to a room upstairs in this beautiful East Lansing University townhouse that was the Transcendental Meditation Center in East Lansing. I was directed to go upstairs where one of the people that was doing the training came with me and sat and just talked about it, asked if I had any questions, and set me up for my first experience of it. So I got through that, and the person left. I was sitting there quietly and meditating, but at a certain point I kind of came to a little bit and wondered, has it happened? You know, have any conditions changed? Am I enlightened? Is the room a golden color? So, I mean, I kind of exaggerate for the point, but I had an expectancy. So I thought about that experience, and it was fun preparing to talk about enlightenment, to really remember that experience. Deepak Chopra has written that in his book How to Know God, said of the million ways you could define enlightenment, identifying with the light is a good one. So let's look at that. Two parts of that sentence. The first is a million ways you could define enlightenment. So I thought, wow, it's good we have the whole month of March. But I think that he's using it as shorthand for the million as the shorthand for all. That it's all the definitions, and I think it's all the definitions that we as individuals come up with for our own enlightenment. The second part, identifying with the light, is a good one. That in this first transcendental meditation experience, light was how I expected the vision to be affected, and I was expecting this golden hue over everything, along with that calm, knowing kind of spiritual comfort that I was expecting meditation to bring like this. Deepak Chopra wrote that he defines identifying with the light as the light is the field of spirit. He wrote that it's really a synonym, or he said uses it as a synonym for inspiration, holiness, spirit, and God's essence. Ernest Holmes referred to enlightenment as the state of realizing the ultimate truth. And that ultimate truth, as we know, is the oneness with God and the universe and the presence of divine spirit flowing through all of life all of the time. He also wrote that as we discover the presence of all, we move from ignorance to enlightenment. And ignorance and enlightenment, he wrote, stand as the two great opposites in the human race. And that it's not simply knowing. Ignorance is not used in a negative sense. It is simply not knowing. It's not, the Jane, you ignorant, blah, 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 that we know from Saturday night. Holmes quotes Emerson saying that ignorance is the only sin and enlightenment the only salvation. And Holmes said that salvation from ignorance is of the self, and the self must raise the self by the self. Our responsibility. So I wanted to kind of check this with my favorite resource, and that is Siri on my Apple phone. I asked, who is responsible for my own enlightenment? And she responded to me with my contact card from my phone book, with my name, my phone number, my email. I got that from Siri, and I thought, okay, I must have said something wrong. I'm going to do it a second time. I did it the second time and got the same response. My contact card popped up for me. And so, what more proof do we need? That we are responsible for our own enlightenment. So I am looking forward to this month. I'm looking forward to all we can learn from our speakers, and hope you are too. Thank you. So,
Thank you, John. A million ways. Wow. We may have to go this topic into May, I think, to cover all that. That was a lot covered in just a short time. John, it was excellent. Excellent, thank you. Yeah, Siri, yeah. Cheyenne, you have a song for us. Let's give her some more love, huh?
Thank you. Wait, what are we doing?
Just come up here.
Okay. Do I know this?
You don't, but you will.
Okay.
This is a song by Leo Morris called Lead the Way. And I want you all to sing if you feel like singing. Oh, you want to look at the words?
I'll go over there.
Here, no, I'll put it over here.
Okay. What do you prefer?
Can you see those words?
Yes.
Okay.
Pretty good. Cheyenne has beautiful pen.
That's not my handwriting. Well, I was just writing over the other writing.
Well, I guess I don't know you quite as well as I do.
Okay, here we go. So the part that I would like you guys to sing, if you feel like singing, goes like this. Yeah, please. So it goes, lead the way, and then you guys are going to go, lead the way, lead the way. You guys go, lead the way, and I will walk, with trust today. With trust today, in all I do, in all I do, in all I say, in all I say, I will follow, I will follow. Love, lead the way. Okay, so that's what you guys are going to sing. Okay, here we
I
go.
don't need to read that. I just follow you.
Okay.
I'll
Here are the
follow the
words.
light.
Yeah. Love, would you guide my feet? Love, would you light my path? Love, lead the way.
Love, lead the way.
Love, would you fill my needs? Love, would you do the math? Love, lead the way. Here it comes. Lead the way. 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 I will walk in trust today. In trust today. In all I do. In all I do. In all I do. In all I say. In all I say. In all I say. In all I say. I will follow. I will follow. Love, lead the way. Love, lead the way. When I don't know what I'm doing, when nothing feels okay, love, lead the way. Love, lead the way. When everything feels broken and I'm holding fear at bay, love, lead the way. Love, lead the way. 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 I will walk in trust today. In trust today. In trust today. In trust today. In all I do. In all I do. In all I do. In all I say. In all I say. I will follow. I will follow. Love, lead the way. Okay, let's try the chorus one more time. Lead the way. 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 Now I will walk. I will walk in trust today. In trust today. In all I do. In all I do. In all I say. In all I say. I will follow. I will follow. Love, lead the way. Love, lead the way.
Yes, let love lead the way. That was beautiful. That'll be in my head for a while. That's great. That is great. It's time to introduce our main speaker for this morning. I want to bring up Reverend Judy DeRosa.
You, Judy!
Thank you. Yes, let love lead the way.
Yes.
I have had lots of prayers going on for me. I'm recovering from pneumonia, and love definitely led the way for me. I'm so grateful to be here and to be able to connect to that energetic that is so profound when we start to search for it. There are so many avenues to pursue here on this planet, and so many ways that we are convinced is the way to go, because we've been told by our family and friends and the community. And then we start to question that reality. It's like, really? Somehow it just doesn't feel right in my heart. And so we seek. we look in every avenue we can so that we can find our own truth. And when we lead the way, when we say yes to that shift or change, that dynamic that we trust within our heart, we can tell our heart opens, it feels honest, it feels clean. It's like walking in nature versus walking, I'm from Los Angeles, downtown. It's different, and we know it. And we are here to find that space, that place, and really honor the evolution to find these places. There are levels of consciousness and enlightenment that hold great truth. I've had the privilege to study with the Dalai Lama, and his love and his precious presence hold such great energy for me. It is a level of world love. And I think that when we start to see that God, Goddess, Creator, all that is, Buddha, whatever you have been led to study and learn as a child, you come to this place within you where you are now looking for another level of awareness. I'm going to do something that I rarely do, so I'm going to sing to you. And it is about the ego. And we sang this song in the women's prison. I was leading the class, so don't worry. And it is about rising above. Oh, chitai tai, fly with me as we circle round the universe. We fly so high. Oh, chitai tai. Oh, chitai tai. Oh, chitai tai. Fly with me. And I sing that to you because when there are people who are incarcerated, who may never leave an area, that they need a sense of a higher perspective. When we fly higher, or to say it another way, when we search for source within ourselves, we start to look at a higher dimension of consciousness. We start to raise above the little lessons that we were taught as children. And we all have to begin somewhere. Right, Joe?
Yes.
I began at the Catholic Church with my father at 6 o'clock in the morning, doing bang, bang, bang on your chest and Hail Marys and going to confession, which I completely did not understand. And it was in Latin. I thought it was pretty, but I didn't understand. And so when we seek on our own, we start to discern the power that's within each of us. We all hold that element what we call soul or source or spirit or God, the element of the expansive. It is the imagination. If we only read one book, then we can only imagine that that's the solid, grounded foundation. And as we grow as children, we start to read and learn and more. Information comes in, and that more enlightens us. And I think about being lightened in the manner of that burden of struggle that was handed to me at that very young age, that I was guilty of something and that I was a sinner for some reason, and that I couldn't figure out, well, what could I possibly have done at such an early time? And as we learn later on in life to rise above, Wichitai, the eagle flies higher and has a bigger perspective. When we walk in the forest, we're not walking with one tree. We are walking the element of that life source that's always around us. In Ho'oponopono, everything has a life energetic, that energy is in all things, all elements that surround us. Everything is connected in a deeper manner. That is not a rule, it is a discovery. And the more we discover about the beauty of a voice, of a person's writing, of how they dance, how they put their hands in the soil and plant, that is the expansiveness of the universe. We are plowing through the ethers at a rapid pace, and we don't know it. As we ride Mother Earth, we are going to elements and places we've never been. And for us to say to ourselves, oh no, I couldn't possibly learn anything new, is self-defeating. I always ask, have you learned something new? Have you taken a class? Have you studied something different? Have you experimented with what you already do? Because that opens that great creative imagination that gives us more inspiration. And when we are not inspired, we become dull. We become tired, and we become restless. I know that when I am not painting or creating in some manner, that I feel like there is a hole within me, and that I cannot fill it with any other way than to be creating. As we create, we evolve. I have a dear friend who's a sculptress who's sitting in the audience, and I know her work. And as she works, she evolves. We are all in that same paradigm of discovery. I loved how Barney was dancing with the music he didn't know. We all do that discovery. We are in the dance. And this dance is not limited in any way, shape, or form. We limit it. We limit it by our thoughts. We go, oh, I can't do that. I might offend someone. And I have given that thought up long ago when we're sitting in a sacred circle at the women's prison and there's a lockdown. So alarms are going down, just everything is chaos, and the ladies are terrified. Well, we've got to go, we've got to leave. I said, no, just sit here. We are having our sacred ceremony, and we are not a burden to anyone. And a guard comes up and goes, okay, ladies, time to go. And I went, excuse me? So we're sitting on the ground, we're in ceremony. And I said, we're having a ceremony here, sir. I appreciate your concern, but I have my alarm and I have 10 pounds of keys on me so that we can get safely away. And he just went, and marched off. And the ladies looked at me like, what just happened? And I said, when you are in a sacred space, honor that. Your body is a sacred space. Honor your body. Wherever you go, you create a sacred space. We somehow have forgotten that we don't need a priest to tell us, to forgive us, to tell us how to live our life. We don't need that. We know. We're smart. Creator created us to be very intelligent. Honor that. Honor your wisdom, your experiences. That is all a gathering, a bringing in of knowing. And that knowing is trusting your intuition. If you're a healer, utilize that. When we deny ourselves our gifts, it feels empty. When we open up to learn our gifts, we feel whole, filled, amazed to be able to get to be here in these bodies, in these sacred vessels, and animate them to our wishes, to explore the divine that is always around us. Echota is always flying. We circle around the universe with our wings held high. We do this because we did not come here to play small. We did not come here to pretend to be someone else. We did not come here to mimic the other people around us. We came here for our authentic experience. You are magnificent. You are special. You abound with radiance. I have been watching lots of videos, and one of them was about an experiment on the human cell. And that in our cellular structure, in Carillion photography, our cells emit light. We are light beings. Our eyes might not be able to see that, but we emit light. We glow. We shine. I'll tell you one little quick story. I was working with a gentleman who had been on the reservation, and he became very ill because he stole some eagle feathers. Woe be to him. We are responsible for our actions. And we're working, and he's laying down, and I was doing work with him as a hypnotherapist. And he turned his head and he looked at me and he said, "You're glowing." And I said, "That's okay. That happens." And what I saw from him was this energetic that rose above his body and then gently went back in. And it turned its head to me. And I knew that there was nothing I could do for this gentleman because he had taken feathers from the kiva, and that his awakening was his physical discord. And so I don't question or try to push someone into some dynamic that will make them feel better. I explained to this gentleman that because of his actions, he needed to return those feathers to the reservation and apologize. And he became very angry at me. And he said, "Well, I don't want to do that." And I said, "That is your option. But when you choose that option, not only do you lie to yourself, but you misrepresent who you are to the world." Because he claimed he was a shaman. And I said, "I understand your need, and that when the time comes for you to have those eagle feathers, they'll come to you without any discord. But I won't be able to work with you again because you know this is my suggestion and your option. We all know our truth. We all know the depths of who we are and why we're here. When a leader leads, they lead with compassion. They move forward with loving concern. And that as we gather together, we are filled with light. That you are specifically a joyful, animated, loving being who has been convinced by someone that you're not. So we are awakening with that awareness of the path that Cheyenne sings about. We are love. Aho.
Thank you, Reverend. Beautiful, just beautiful. I look forward to the rest of the month to hear what the other speakers have to say about enlightenment. That was just excellent. It gave me something to think about. Thank you. Can I have a couple of people come up and help me with offertory this morning? 2 volunteers.
Good, Alan.
Thank you. And let's do the offertory statement. Divine love flowing through me blesses and increases all that I give and all that I receive. Good morning.
Yes, we do give thanks for the abundance that is ours. Yes, we do give thanks for the abundance that is ours. All that I need you provide. All that I look for I find. All that I ask for is given to me. Now I can see by the light in my mind. Yes, we do give thanks for the abundance that is ours. Yes, we do give thanks for the abundance that is ours.
Thank you. Thank you, ushers, and thank you, Cheyenne, for that song. Beautiful. Good. It's time for announcements. Oh, I guess I should let everybody know in Zoom. I think they already know how to give offertory through the iFocus. Very easy way to donate funds to the PLC that way. Very simple. If I can do it, they can do it. I'll put it that way. Announcements. Marianne Cooper asked me to let everyone know that she's putting on a learning center class April 6th. It's a Sunday, Sunday noon to 1:30, right here in the sanctuary, in the topic of love. So more details, contact her if you like.
From a psychology perspective.
From the psychology perspective. Yes. So any other questions about that, please contact her. Her name is in the iFocus and phone number. Okay. Any other announcements out there? John?
Well, I want to announce that next Saturday, March 9th at 1:30 will be the flute circle. And 1:30 for beginners, 2 o'clock for every level. We have loners. It's fun. We have a good time. Playing around with music is really kind of the focus, and learning this lovely Native American style flute. So everybody's welcome.
Judy.
On the second Saturday of the month, also right after the flute circle, we have the drum circle. And if it's snowing, I don't hold the drum circle because I want everyone to be safe at home. But if it's raining, I'm up for it. It's from 4 till about 5:15 or 5:30. You don't have to have a drum. We have a big mother drum in here. It's ceremony. It's remembering. It is vibrational and it is healing. And come join the frequency.
Yes. Thank you, Reverend Judy. Reverend Kim, is that you in the back?
It is.
Good morning. I didn't see you sneak in. It's good to see you. I just noticed you. Welcome.
Nice to meet you.
Welcome. Yes, Laura.
I just want to tell everybody that there's a new Zoom link for the spiritual discussion group.
A new Zoom link.
Thank you, LJ. And also for the women's group. So you just have to go to the iFocus and go to those groups.
Go to the iFocus for
and
those
you'll be able
groups.
to click on those links if you want to come to those groups.
those links. For the ladies,
First Tuesday at 5:30 is the spiritual discussion group.
okay,
Third Tuesday at 11 is the women's group.
okay. Thank you. All right. I was going to repeat that, but
You don't need to.
good.
I
Good.
focus.
Yes, Barney?
Well, where to begin? I'm going to try to talk twice as fast because it's a lot. First of all, I did my first Transcendental Meditation class when I was 15, right after the Chuck Atlas muscle building class that my best friend and I took. And we have the sacred mantra, but I think we got the same one. And then also, whenever I consult my Genesis, I have a Samsung, and say who's responsible for my spiritual growth, the contact for John LaLonde comes up. So it's all your fault. I have no responsibility. In 2000, I had a hydrogen fuel cell integration startup with the NASA's fuel cell program and a Bechtel engineer. And that program was scuttled by a hanging chad in Florida. And we decided to do something other than forge forward with alternative energy. And lately I've been working on a project. I was drawn back into it about 4 or 5 years ago. Someone just kind of drew me back into hydrogen. I'd abandoned it. I would never do another project like that. But I would like to say that about a month and a half ago, we received a $1.6 million grant approval from the Department of Energy to deal with human waste and turn it into alternative energy and hydrogen. And just last week, my company, Hago Energetics, kind of funny, Energetics, just got a $60 million grant approval to turn cow poo into hydrogen. But then that may not happen because of certain conditions that are beyond my control for certain. But as Angie counsels us, we are possibilitarians here. So we are also seeking funding for those projects in Saudi Arabia and the Middle East. And so this beautiful man I'm working with, Wilson Hago, PhD, he has invested his whole life and he cares so much. So I'm hoping that maybe we could just put it in mind that Wilson attain this beautiful dream, that I'm just trying to help him and serve his dream. Maybe we could just put it in mind for Wilson Hago and his beautiful gift to the rest of the world. And then I just want to say that a beautiful man has been uncaged and his eagle spirit was never really contained. But now he's been able to fly home and be free, and that's Leonard Peltier. Yay. And I just, blessings to everyone.
Thank you, Barney. Anybody else? Yes, Cheyenne.
This is kind of off the subject, but I'm just having a proud mom moment. My son's spirit won a poetry recital contest. He won the initial one, or he was one of the 15 finalists, and then he won of those 15 finalists, and now he's going to Sacramento to represent Mariposa in the Poetry Out Loud competition. And they're going to pay for our transportation, they're going to pay for our food, and they're going to pay for our hotel, so that's pretty cool. And the newspaper is right there, and it has a picture of him if you guys want to look at it.
Way to go, Spirit. What a great name for that kid. LJ, you have an announcement? Or you just come to hug me?
Did you want to hug?
I do.
Okay. Good?
That's good.
Oh, good. We were talking about having chanting on Wednesdays, and we've scuttled that. Instead, we're looking at chanting between 9:15 and 9:45 on Sundays. So anyone who wants to come early will be in the meditation room chanting. And so we're just going to start and see where it goes, see if our soul chanters show up and what we choose to do and how we choose to do it. And so everyone is invited.
Yes, Reverend LaLonde has some great chants in mind for all of us. So yeah, show up for that. I think you'll like that. I have to go. We don't have a choice. I want to go anyway. I mean, I do want to go. Yeah.
But
Yes, Judy.
I forgot.
You forgot something?
Yeah.
We have the space available here on Wednesday from 4:30 to 5:30 to do meditation. So if you're interested, we'll meditate in a little room. And I think that when we go within, and I had the opportunity to study with the Maharishi, it was such a joyfulness that when we get quiet, when we go inward, and we see all this debris floating on top of our stream, we can just watch it float by. And then we just start to discover that deeper element of our sparkliness within.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you, Reverend. Sparkliness. I gotta write that down. That was a good one. I can use that. Okay, it's time for our prayer of protection. For those of you who are here for the first time, you'll find these in front of you in your seat. It has the prayer of protection on it. Everybody else has it memorized because I've tested you. Let's begin. The light of God surrounds me. The love of God enfolds me. The power of God protects me. The presence of God watches over me. The energy of God is me. Wherever I am, God is, and all is well. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Cheyenne, you got a closing song for us? That girl has more energy than the Energizer.
I've been sleeping 9 hours.
Woo!
It makes a difference. I used to only sleep 6 hours, and I was not a happy person. And now I sleep at least 8, and I'm much happier now. You guys should try it if you're not getting 8 hours of sleep. Okay, this is a request by Amalia. I was going to do a different song, but she wanted to hear this song. So I'm going to play my song called Right Now. If I can find it. It's in here somewhere.
Hey, play it right now. Right now.
I don't really need to look at the page, but security blanket. Oh, and I asked Siri, who's responsible for my spiritual growth? It says Barney.
Hey. Well, everyone needs a little bit of grit in their shell to make a pearl.
I really, really want to be happy. I really, really want to be peaceful. I really, really want to feel love, and I know it can be right now. I really, really want to be happy. I really, really want to feel peaceful. I really, really want to feel love, and I know it can be right now. If you're asking if it can be done, it can be done. Despite all that holds us back, we can break through. If you're wondering if it's possible, it's possible. Ask
they can right now. Whoa. If you're asking, is there more than this? There's more than this. Solo party. Good solo. Excellent. Thank you. If you're asking, will things ever change? They can right now. If you're asking, is there more than this? There's more than this. If you're asking where your love has gone, it's here right now. Ask where your treasure is. It's here right now. It's here right now. It's here right now. Sorry,
Yes, it's here, right now. Right now. Reverend Luana, you come up and give us a pray out?
A pray out?
A pray out? Right now?
Right here.
Right here, right now.
Here right now. What a great service. I'm so grateful for the way this life is. All the potential, all the possibility, all the presence, every soul, every person, every individual, every child. Spirit, congratulations. We are all essential to this life. And I am grateful that we are living it together. Namaste.
Fabulous service as usual. Thank you all for being here today. Hope you have a wonderful and safe week ahead. Thank you all.
Oh.